Yes, 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 we welcome you here live at Drax Hall. It's round 33. Mount Pleasant returned to action after sitting out 2 rounds due to players on national duty, and they're hosting Tivoli Gardens here inside Drax Hall. So welcome you from wherever you are as we get ready to get this fixture on the way, and we pause for the national anthem. Yes, so rousing rendition there of the national anthem by the guest singer as she gave us that song. We're going to go straight into the starting lineup for Tivoli. Diego Hart in goal, Nicalia Fuller number 7, T. Garnett number 27, S. Jones 24, Alton Lewis number 31, Anthony Nelson returning number 11, R. Oldfield number 26, Barrington Price number 5, Lennox Russell number 15, Keena Simpson the captain number 29, and Jay Williams number 20 as referee. Nation gets the action underway. Starting lineup for Mount Pleasant: Shaquan Davis in goal, Jay Anglin, S. Bradford, Devante Campbell, Melvin Doxley, S. Dyer, Raheem Edwards, Daniel Green, Gadale Irving, Kyle Ming, O. Pennycook. No Sule McCullough this evening in the lineup. Tivoli Gardens, of course, on a 4-game winning streak, trying to make it 5. First time for the season since that they have won more than 2 games consecutively. Mount Pleasant would have come into this fixture having rested 2 rounds, coming in with 68 points, still on top of the league, but only played 29 games so far, this being game number 30. And Tivoli Gardens have already played 32. This would be game number 33. They have 45 points and are seeking to get up the table. So Mount Pleasant, presently they sit at, so ball played upfield now, and Diego Hart will take control. So the officials for this game: O'Shea Nation in the middle, first assistant A. Duhaney, and the second official Nicholas Anderson, fourth official Alexi Perry, and the match commissioner is Gregory Daly as Anglin now plays this one across to Ming. Inside to Bradford. Goes down under a challenge. No call there from referee. Anglin now tries to keep this one inside. Now Bradford gets the call as the action continues here at Drax. So just about 3 minutes gone in the encounter, and Tivoli Gardens on a 4-game winning streak. Dangerous ball there. Davis did well. Bouncing ball there from Pennycook, the former Tivoli Gardens man, and he is very much a part of this Premier League setup here at Mount Pleasant, and top defender in the league over the years, as Edwards tries to play this one inside. Ming, the man, will take control and goes back to captain for today, Dyer, and Dyer will boot this one. Ming to Campbell inside now. Daniel Green, he goes down under a challenge, and referee says free kick, as early goings here in the piece, and 0-0 the score after 4 minutes. So Tivoli in 6th place, playing Mount Pleasant in 1st place, and big gap between both teams in terms of points. Tivoli just trying to get that final spot, as 23 points separate them right now, and that's like a 7.5 game gap between the two teams, as we watch the action here now, with Irving trying to play that one inside, cut out by Tivoli. Looks now for Fuller. Fuller can't get there before Ming, who does well to intercept and keep the ball in play. Fuller will come now. Good defensive work, also quite fleet-footed, skillful player, young player in the league. Lots of energy, as the Tivoli press forces are throwing to their team. Taken now, booted. So Anglin now on the ball. Doesn't have Makala, his regular partner with him. Now Green does well. Sips this one off for Devante Candle. Can he get the shot? No, he cuts inside. And the opportunity went just with that cut back, that hesitation, falls to the turf, looking to the referee, but nothing there. And wondered if he should have just taken on the shot first time. He cut back at his favored right foot, and the chance was gone. Good reorganization there by the Tivoli defense to keep Campbell at bay, as this one is played upfield, cut out. So return here to action for Mount Pleasant, having sat out 2 rounds, having all of 5 players in the national team. The exemption rule applied, as captain now steps up front to Keno Simpson, the man. Price goes across now. Looks to be Lewis, who chips this one inside. No problem for Davis, who opts to go long. So Mount Pleasant, although losing their 3rd game of the season on the road, have not lost a game here at Drax all season. This is round 33, and have not lost a game. Really consistent at home now. Here is Tivoli Gardens now, ball inside, and the man Nelson gets it inside back to Fuller. Fuller wants the return pass over on left hand side, but forced wide. What can he do now? He twists and turns, still under some pressure by Ming. Fuller now cuts again, but Ming with him all the time, still Fuller. And good work there by Kyle Ming, was twisting and turning and bobbing and weaving, but in the end, experience shown there by Ming to thwart that challenge as the rains come down here. Here is Pennycook. Would have spent a significant amount of his career at Tivoli Gardens, but brought to strengthen this Mount Pleasant unit as Price, another man fixture in this team, was listed as the most loyal player to Tivoli as Nelson plays this one fuller now, and Oldfield, the man there, can't control, and Ming now will take over, plays this down the flank. So none of the teams giving much in terms of space to play, press and counter press, and Tivoli has been successful in most of the duels here, forcing turnovers from the Mount Pleasant team. So quite intense in terms of pressing and counter pressing, but no team really having the ascendancy as yet, as both try to get something out of this game. Here is ball inside Simpson, being employed as part of a back three here for Coach Jerome Waite. Whitmore, Mount Pleasant is working with the back four as Irving now chips this one inside. Green manages to control. Can he turn and get the shot? Comes to Anglin, but Anglin, Garnet, the man there, giving close quarters. Now it comes crossfield, looks to be Bradford. Bradford plays it down line for Anglin to cross, but played out for a corner kick there by the man Barrington Price. And after 9.5 minutes here, we see the first corner kick to Mount Pleasant. Gadale Irving the man to take. So should be an in-swinger, as he will kick from the left foot, with the left foot from the right side. As heads go up. Pennycook there. What a story that would be to score against his former team. But nothing really from that, as ball now again over on this right hand side. Price. Oldfield can't make the connection, but it will be a throw to be taken by Alton Lewis, and he will play it inside to the captain Simpson. Comes across field. Fuller now still on the ball. Oldfield now being attended to by Daxley, and another throw. So 0-0 score here at Drax Hall, in case you're just joining us. Mount Pleasant, home team in blue, league leaders, having just returned after 2 rounds sitting out based on the amount of national players that were with Jamaica, with the Reggae Boys during this international window. As long throw inside, and Davis will say thank you very much. Jones the man there. So Tivoli, a mixture of tall and diminutive players. Garnett, Jones amongst the latter, as Edwards now bumped off the ball there, and ball still with Tivoli. So referee says play on. Simpson now comes. Fuller, who comes to Oldfield one time, knocks it back inside, still Fuller, but can't get past Pennycook, and battle on in midfield once more. Now the ball is with Daniel Green, who wants to make the run forward, but challenged by Oldfield. Referee says no call there, as throwing the verdict. Fans not happy with the call, but still it's a throw-in to Mount Pleasant. Ming comes back off the chest of Bradford. Still Ming wants to go back to Bradford, but Jones in the way. So he will have to come midfield. Comes now to Daxley. And still can't get it past the Tivoli player. Oldfield this time. And Perry, the fourth official, just gives close quarters here as throwing taken by Ming. Edwards, now Bradford gets away from the second challenge, but illegally, and a yellow card will come out for the captain, Keno Simpson, and he went inside the box, but referee says the infringement happened outside the box. Bradford seemed to be trying to win a penalty here, but just at the edge of the box, still a dangerous position. And we'll see what Mount Pleasant will make of this as the medics enter the field. So the hunt on for the playoff spots. There's a battle with the three top teams, Mount Pleasant, Arnett Gardens and Montego Bay United, for the two top spots. There's a battle in the middle of the table as the free kick now to be taken by Irvin, who goes to goal, and on the second attempt Diego Horton gathers, and not much problems there. Didn't gather cleanly on the first attempt, but managed to do so, as now he knocks this one long upfield, trying to get the attack going, but referee signals for the infringement. It's a throw-in. So ball went out of play there, and Lewis now takes it. Now is Lennox Russell takes it on the chest, but Devante Campbell now does well, can't get by the man Oldfield, who goes for a long range shot, but wide. So 0-0 the score. Mount Pleasant in blue sit at the top of the table, 68 points, playing sixth place Tivoli Gardens, who have 45 points. Mount Pleasant having played 3 games less than Tivoli Gardens, so expect some midweek fixtures to get the schedule back up, as ball now inside with Pennycook, comes across to Dyer, captain today. No Sule Makala in the squad, and always a tight affair. Well, there was one fixture 2 seasons ago when Mount Pleasant would have won by 4-0, but outside of that, it's been cagey. Last game was a 1-0 win for Mount Pleasant, which brought their win streak to the record of 13 games. And Diego Hart, the man here, was at Waterhouse as he now asks the team to come in. He was also at Dundee Holding, but a veteran in the league here. And so Price with the throwing again. Garnett now goes short, but Price opts to go upfield looking for the run of Lennox Russell, it seems to be. And goal kick. Pennycook. Davis. Here's Pennycook now. Foul. And Price, of course, no nonsense defender. And this is what you're going to get from a Tivoli Gardens team. Rugged in the back. Mount Pleasant have found a way over the rounds and the seasons to get the better of them. The two protagonists from the dead ball again standing over it. Daniel Green with the right foot, Irving with the left foot. Irving moves away, so this one looks as if it will be chipped inside. So Green now chips this one across, going towards the back post. Head will go up. Ming wins the header, but no direction or power on it to force a save from Harton as the action continues here and the band plays in the distance become a part of a fixture here and at many other games as the atmosphere is built here. Fuller now plays this one inside, angling on the ball now. Looks for Campbell, can't control. Now it's with Lewis. Back to Simpson, but free kick to Tivoli Gardens with 19 minutes, 20 minutes now as ball now played up over on the flank there and just outside of the shot, but comes inside, dealt with by Mount Pleasant for the minute. Here is Williams now, Janai Williams, but hand in the face there is the call, and Mount Pleasant will take the free kick. So Williams probably second touch, not much of the action so far, and truth be told, most of the game in midfield there is a concentration, just a cagey affair. No team giving anything as the reigns with us here at the complex. Jack Saul and 0-0 the score here. So Davis is fine, plays it now across. Looks to be Irving who goes to Campbell, who does well to get by one. Now he gets by another. Still Campbell passes 3 players, but cut out in this on the third, fourth player there. Simpson just going to ground. So Campbell, slippery customer as Daxel now gets it back inside to Campbell. Campbell wants to run at the defender. Here is Green, turns, but 3 players there and won't get the call as Jones comes across now to Oldfield now on the ball. Oldfield, can he get this one inside? And corner kick, the verdict here. Anthony Nelson in combination there with the man Fuller, who lines up now to take this corner kick from the right hand side. So from the left hand side from Mount Pleasant. So also an in-swinger here, preferred option for both teams as this one now comes inside, but cut out by Tivoli here by Mount Pleasant. Fuller now again, but over the head of Oldfield seems to be the target there, and Lennox Russell just beckoning to say maybe you could have dropped it there as the stadium announcer here tries to get the crowd going. Not much for the home team to talk about. As a matter of fact, none of the teams, because it has been a door affair so far. 2 teams just playing not to lose really, and still trying to get settled in the match, although we are all the way in the 22nd minute. Here is ball again inside. Bradford now comes as far as to Edward. Edwards loses out to Simpson. Still Edwards, and he fouls Simpson now. Philip Williams, the assistant there, giving instructions from the bench. Well, he was at Tivoli Gardens, started in the league with Tivoli Gardens, went over to Portmore United, then done Beholden, and is now back at Tivoli Gardens. Also the outstanding coach for stats, St. Andrew Technical in the Manning Cup. Probably one of the most unlucky coaches you will find. Did some brilliant work with them, numerous finals, but not able to get his hands on one of those coveted schoolboy titles, as Referee Nation now just applies some of the spray to mark the spot. And Fuller again, the dead ball specialist for this Tivoli team, and has scored quite a few goals from the dead ball situation. This one a bit out, but let's see. Chips this one now, going towards the back post. Oldfield comes across, but Pennycook in the way there, and man there looks to be Williams, John I. Williams with the cross. Oldfield now comes deep, but throwing now will be the verdict, as long throw here inside the box. Price heads further forward, but Tivoli still in control. Can he get the cross inside? Comes inside, but headed out there by Mount Pleasant. Still not clear yet. Tivoli doing well to keep them inside there. One off the header from Garnet. Now Jones gets it inside Oldfield. Can he get by Irving? No, but wins the throw, offensive throw here, as Tivoli seems to be pushing the pace. Wouldn't say they're in control of the game, but trying to assert some control over the piece, as ball now Jones again hurls this one inside the box. They head on, and Price just headed it on there for Nelson to make connection, but not enough, as here Bradford now, bad pass, really should have played that with the left foot for the run of Green, and now comes back to foul the player Williams, but very bad pass there. Wrong decision really in terms of what foot to use to get the desired result. Just needed to slide that one through with the left foot, so the ball would go in the direction of his body angle and then to meet the run of Green, but opted to go with the right foot, so he played it behind. So just another important factor in these games, your technical ability and to make the right technical decisions, as this one now comes to Edwards, who wants a turn for a shot, but that one high and wide. Never shy to shoot. Edwards has been on a cold patch recently, but if given the chance, can punish any team in this league. Oldfield can't control, and throwing now to Mount Pleasant. Just about 26 minutes gone here, and nothing really to write home about. Both teams battling out in midfield, pressing, counter-pressing. Opportunities have been few and far between. Mount Pleasant had a couple looks from the dead ball situation. Tivoli Gardens the same, but nothing really threatening. Closest we came, Price with a flicked on header inside to Nelson, but Nelson couldn't find the power nor the placement needed to beat Shaquan Davis, as Simpson now plays vertical up the field, but Jones, who had made a run from deep in midfield, couldn't make any connection there. So both teams, good compactness, both vertical and horizontal. There needs players who will probe, find openings, because not much being offered here, as we are still 0-0. No goals yet in the encounter between first place Mount Pleasant and 6th place Tivoli Gardens. Tivoli winning that crucial game against Racing, as they battle with Waterhouse and Racing for this final 6-spot. Ball now inside, can't get the angling cut out again by Tivoli was doing well to sort of keep control of the fixture. Now over on the far side, back to Tivoli. Lewis wanted to boot this one, but straight to Davis really. So no danger there. And again Davis goes long, trying to go route one, but Tivoli Gardens, bread and butter for them really. So no challenges as Irving now chips this one inside, but straight into the arms of Harton, who gladfully accepts. Here is another long ball. So both goalkeepers, once the ball come in their hands, not playing short because the press is on from both teams. So no chances being taken. And just a reflection of the strategy or how the game has progressed. No chances being taken by either team as we have passed the midway point of the first half, and Jones gets ready to take this throw, pushing the back there from Nelson, and no impact because that was a goal kick, which is taken quickly. Here is Dyer. Dyer now, ball comes all the way back to Davis, who goes long. Ball comes back from Tivoli. Daxley inside to Ming. Daxley again back to Ming. Ming can't get the pass for Edwards to run. So now Tivoli gives the ball away really. And Daxley now inside. Comes back to Daniel Green. Cuts his man, but once that bit of skill is shown, Tivoli regroups so quickly. And Campbell, no, but that was high and wide. Really the story of the game, not getting much out of either defense. So players trying to opt for the shots from long range. Here is Campbell again. Inside, still Campbell can recover. And should be a goal kick, but the referee says corner kick. Last off the man Price. Here Green now chips this one inside. Hatton comes and the call will go to the goalkeeper inside that space. Goalkeepers are king, and as such Edwards won't get the sympathy of referee nation here as we head to get this goal kick. Price. Midfield all the way back as comes now over on this far side to the man Jones, inside to Garnett. Garnett goes diagonal, good ball that, and ball chip down inside, and Davis will collect there. So Williams just wanted to go direct to Nelson, but too close to goalkeeper Shaquan Davis. Here is Campbell. Kino Simpson will clean up here for Tivoli, and now boots this one long upfield, trying to get his strikers going. Here is Pennycook now, plays it back to Davis, who gives away the ball here, comes across, and Lennox Russell just headed out there. So Pennycook saved the blushes of Mount Pleasant there in what was surely going into the back of the net. Had it not been for the intervention of Pennycook, here's a ball headed out. Davis again, not inside the goal, and stoppage here. So Russell with a glorious chance there, did the right thing, but Pennycook was in the way. Right place at the right time. Shaquan Davis was in no man's land. So
also want to take the time out to say a big congratulations to the farmer, number 29, Jamari Nolan, who is not with us here in Jamaica anymore. So Jackson, we're going to put our hands together. Yeah, for that youth because he's gone overseas as a youngster from the academy, Jamari Nolan, who signs now too.
So the announcer there just announcing Jamari Nolan off to Toronto FC 2 in the MLS. So into the professional ranks. Still just 16 years old now and into the professional ranks at the MLS franchise. He's with the development team, the second team there, but step in the right direction as Tivoli tries to come forward through Jones, and Ming intervenes there, and the referee nation awards free kick after 33 minutes. 0-0 the score here. We're at Drax for the game between Mount Pleasant and Tivoli Gardens. It's round 33, though Mount Pleasant just playing their 30th game, as while inside now Nelson just attending to Dyer, and Davis comes forward, still doesn't gather cleanly, and Nation says referees call here, and I award it to the goalkeeper. So much ado about nothing for the spectators here, as Daxley now plays this one to Green, being hounded all the time. Here comes angling, but they can't get through that. The man Garnett in the middle for Tivoli. Ball now spread across by Nelson to Oldfield. Here is Oldfield now plays this one cross field. Should be meat and drink for Davis, who rolls it out to Daxley again, who comes inside to Green, angling, and Williams attending to him there. Now Garnett angling, does well to get away from three players. Here's Daxley now moving upfield. Can he get a pass inside? Green has to come back for the ball. Angling now will go wide, trying to get Devante Campbell. Best passage of play thus far by Mount Pleasant. Campbell now comes inside to Irving, wants to chip it inside. Heads go up, but tame there off the shoulder of Green, as Perry indicates 4 minutes of added time, a minimum of 4 minutes to be added to the first half here, as we still have no goals in the fixture. Just some half chances, near misses, as the rains persist with us here, coming down even heavier, as you can see on your screen, and raining from the skies, but no goals being rained here at Drax Hall. As we approach half time, it's Mount Pleasant 0, Tivoli Gardens 0. Best chance of the game falling to Lennox Russell, but cleared off the line just in time by Pennycook. And you suspect that if the match ends this way, it could just be the man of the match for saving this goal. But just by the look of things, doesn't seem that this will be a high scoring encounter, if there is any score, because both teams really just playing good defensively. Few lapses here and there, but recovering in time to art any real challenge, as the ball now booted upfield by Harton. But Lennox also does well, switched over now on the right side, as Edwards now trying to make a run inside the box, but what a tackle there by the man Garnett. What a tackle there. He came across, the timing had to be right. Had it not been right, we could have been looking at somebody at the penalty spot. Good tackle there, as Irving now to take the corner kick comes high across to the back post, and Diego Harton will collect, and that may be the final action of this the first half. And Harton stays with the ball. Referee now blows a whistle, which means he can let go the ball, and really on the stroke of halftime here. So maybe just the fall there and the player working on his right hand. As you see the members of the band in our shot, and the referee nation wants to get the action underway, and looks to me like he's about to just walk off the park with the ball. And it's halftime here at Drax Hall, and at halftime we can tell you that the score is Mount Pleasant 0, Tivoli Gardens 0. After 45 minutes, no goals here at Drax Hall in the rain. Match day 33, Mount Pleasant, the home team, versus Tivoli Gardens in 6th place. Mount Pleasant, of course, in 1st place as we get the second half underway here. Daniel Green standing over the ball. 0-0 the score. If you're joining us or just joining us, substitution made, number 25 in for Tivoli Gardens, coming in for Alton Lewis. I'm going to give you the, and he gets his first touch there. M. Cockings, also Stevie Clark on the field as well, and we'll confirm who Clark has replaced. Could be Lennox Russell, but we will confirm in a while. So Cockings on, Stevie Clark on as well. Fuller is out there, and it could be Russell. Just scanning to ensure that we give you the right information. Russell's still out there as well, so it looks to be the man Oldfield who has been substituted here is Devante Campbell now, and he's fouled. 2 players there attending to him, and continue with play. Pennycook boots this one upfield for the runoff. Edwards, but good work there by Price. And infringement over on the far side, and pushed off the ball there, man Fuller. Just some youthful exuberance, and referee nation just attending to him to say, listen, you need to take it easy. So 0-0 the score here at Drax Hall. No action yet showing to be taken. Still sorting out some stuff over on the far side. Rain's pouring heavily here at Drax Hall. Match day 33. Live score here would keep both teams in the same position. 1 point each. Would not change their position on the table as Campbell is pushed off the ball there by the man Cockins, who will get the second yellow card of the game, and free kick. Green and Irving await. So Cockins introduces himself with the infringement there, just pushing Campbell to the turf. So these fouls committed in and around the goal area, but the 18-yard area. This one just about 23 yards from goal. Green left to navigate. Can go for goal from here. I've seen him score some, both at schoolboy level and otherwise, and he just looks around the wall there to see if possibility exists. So dangerous customer on his day. He produces the spectacular. Will he go for the assist or will he go for the goal here? So Green Going for goal. Too much power. Tried to trick the goalkeeper by asking the player to come inside as if he were going to make the assist. But wayward in the end. Closer to the cameraman as Hart now boots one upfield. So just 2 minutes or so gone here. 3rd minute of the second half as Davis boots this one out of play. No one in particular. So Oldfield is out. Also Alton Lewis and Cockings and Stevie Clark in for Tivoli Gardens. Here is Drax Ming. Boots this one upfield. Controlled here. Bradford still. Bradford there over on the far side. Daxley wanted the ball. Body language suggests that he wanted the ball early there from Bradford. Bradford tumbles down. Nothing says the referee is full and now comes inside trying to play the ball here. Looks to be Lennox Russell, but he can't get there before Shaquan Davis. Good ball there by Van Fuller. Bradford now inside to Green. Back across to Anglin, who chips it inside for Edwards. Being attended to by Price, has to come back to Anglin. Anglin now up the right hand side for Ming to get across inside. Played out there by Tivoli. Stout defending thus far as Anglin again wants to get it inside the box, plays it across. Heads go up, but Green flashes it too wide. Good opportunity there to get it on target, but just a glance. Move the neck away and nothing, but that was a free header. So the cross is coming, but no good connection to impact Diego here as Tivoli again. Williams into Garnett. Garnett across to Jones. Jones now goes further left to Russell. Back across to Jones. Jones cuts it back but cut out there. And that's about 52 minutes gone here in the piece. 0-0 the score. No goals in the encounter. 2 yellow cards. It's Mount Pleasant in blue versus Tivoli Gardens in, they call it Tangerine. Here is Fuller. Does well inside now, but bundled over. And first yellow card to Mount Pleasant. And Anglin is customary yellow card there. Conceding the free kick just inside the Mount Pleasant half. Tivoli Gardens look to up the ante here. So Fuller now plays this one high, straight into the hands of Davis. No pressure really, and he wants to go long and does that. So Edwards now can't beat his man. Fuller on the ball, still Fuller. Goes down to the turf. Slippery now here at Drax under the rain. Challenge there by the man. Looks to be Garnett, and that could have hurt him at the grind because the ball there, some players thinking they call it a catch, that he would have been trying to hurt him there. But let's see what is the verdict. Must have felt that in the grind area as both players' feet met the ball. Really no contact on the legs there, and you wonder if that could be the last bit of action. So number 23 off. Number 23 will be coming in shortly. Alex Marshall coming in for Bradford. Daxley also coming out. Nelson to come in. Number 23.
Number 25, Edwards.
coming in as well. And Edwards out for Nelson. So Edwards out, Nelson in, Joseph is in for Daxley. That's Miguel Joseph. He's in for the man Daxley. And number 19, Nicholas Nelson. He comes in for Edwards. So Joseph Marshall and Nicholas Nelson in. Tivoli now controls inside now, but Marshall plays this one upfield trying to spot the run of Green or Nelson, but nothing doing there as we continue the action at Jackson. The scoreline, really nothing much to write home about. Can't say it's been an exciting game. It's been cagey, it's been tactical, it's been a game of good defending, and chances have been at a premium here this evening as Green now plays this over the top for the run of Irving. First time we're seeing, or it's been a while since we have seen him marauding up the flank here as two players go to ground at once. Theodore Whitmore now stands and wants to give some instructions as both players go to the turf. Tivoli get us back underway here with Dyer. Now the ball is with Daniel Green. Green goes further wide to Alex Marshall. Doesn't control cleanly. Come inside now to Ming. Ming could go up the right hand side but pushed off the ball there by Price. And free kick, the verdict here. Minute number 55. Assistant there, Anderson, just giving the signal as Alex Marshall prepares to take the throw. Still have the rain with us. It's a free kick close to the corner flag, not a corner, but it's almost a corner based on the proximity to the corner flag, as Marshall now will get this one inside low, inside Nelson, can't keep it in play. That's his first touch. Slippery conditions now. Rain has been with us for the better part of the last 30 minutes, and downpour here. Fans braving the weather to witness their team play. Haven't seen their team in 2 weeks, and Mount Pleasant aiming to maintain their unbeaten record at home, as Dyer now comes inside to Davis, who turns it inside. Here is Nicholas Nelson. Comes now to Green. Green get by one. Counter-attack is on now. Slides it across for Devonta Campbell. Campbell now cuts inside. Wants to take the shot, but he plays it back on the edge of the box. But Anglin couldn't control. And another chance there. Goes begging here. Is Anglin now boxed out by Tivoli Gardens. So potential is there from the attacks, but no finished product really, as Pennycook now slides past three players, gets this across to Ming. Ming wants to cross inside, but that one way off target and only manages to give Tivoli Gardens a goal kick, as continue to watch the action here with Mount Pleasant. Drawing 0-0 here against Tivoli Gardens at home, as the sun seeks to be back with us. Cockins now Plays this one across. Headed forward by Ming. Comes now to Marshall. Marshall wants to cut inside. Plays this one now. Good ball. Looks to find Angling. Angling now wants to get Nelson involved, but cut out again by Tivoli Gardens. Simpson there. Ball now comes the other way with Nikolai Fuller. Fuller now. Still Fuller. And the ball cuts inside, but can't beat the man there. Referee says Tivoli throw. And we wait. To get the action continued here. So 2 substitutions for Tivoli, 3 substitutions for Mount Pleasant. Joseph in, Alex Marshall in, Nicholas Nelson in, as ball played inside, booted out by Kyle Ming. Edwards, Bradford, Daxley out for Tivoli Gardens, Oldfield out. As Marshall goes down, but nothing, says the referee. So Stevie Clark came in, and Cockins as Alton Lewis and Oldfield were substituted. Here is ball now with Pennycook. Comes across back to Pennycook, inside to looks to be Joseph, and referee says play on. This one now comes diagonal, trying to get the run off Campbell, headed out by Tivoli. Comes back to Green. Green again, and the ball still Green. Looks for a pass, but just chips that one defender. Plays it out, comes back to Green, and Price will boot it out of play. Irving again, so some urgency here being shown by Mount Pleasant, but still not able to affect the game. Here's no ball inside, and Horton with some theatrics there, didn't collect cleanly, but again on the second attempt, been known for some mistakes of that sort, but sorts himself out here as ball headed now, Angling, and the referee calls immediately the hand in the back there, and Angling pleading his case. Don't think the referee thinks it's malicious, but just the manner in which the player went to the turf. Jones, referee, wasn't taking any chances. Angling is a tough customer, and lots of aggression in that midfield. So referee nation likes to get the game playing as well. Not a referee who loves to stop the game. So Davis now to Dyer. Nil all the score here. Mount Pleasant versus Tivoli. Foul. Stevie Clark. And the man Irving. Free kick. 62 minutes gone. Ball played across for Pennycook. Pennycook moves it forward to Alex Marshall. Marshall inside. Ball played back outside, but all kinds of problems there for Pennycook. And throw into Tivoli Gardens. It's been not ugly. Both teams have tried to play. There have been some small pockets of possession and intent, but really Lennox Russell's chance still the best chance of the game, and only real chance thus far, as Dyer comes back to Davis. Sun is back with us now in its glory as the shadows lengthen on the field. Clark can't get the better of Campbell. Angling goes back to Campbell. Campbell now looks inside, plays it over on the far side to Marshall. Here is Marshall now, can't beat Jones, who does well to stand his ground. Simpson now wants to make a pass, but blocked by Campbell, so he has to go back. Still Simpson on the ball. Turns, leans on Campbell, plays it back to get Price. Price now back to Simpson. Cheeky play there by the defender. Simpson now rolls it inside. Tivoli does well thus far to stay with the possession as they get it forward now, trying to get to Fuller. Fuller spins and controls. Still Fuller. Back now to Simpson. Inside to Lennox Russell. Russell all the way back to Price. Williams comes, but Price does not want that option, so he comes diagonal, headed by Irving, and Mount Pleasant take over. Inside now with Anglin. Joseph, the man now, controls again. Still Joseph turns and looks inside now. Good ball there by Joseph for the man Irving. Irving now wants to free up for a cross, low cross, but in the way there, the man Cockings is substitute, and nothing, giving up nothing at all here, as here is now Anglin comes diagonal to Green. Good ball. Campbell with a good return ball. Can he get a ball inside? No. And Tivoli Gardens, good first time pass there. One time the ball came back last off Daniel Green, and so won't get the call for the corner here, as action continues. So here is ball now played across, but no problems there for Davis. So nothing much to write home about, folks. Just giving you as it is. Just a cagey encounter here. Not being allowed to thrive the attackers, as both teams astute in defense, and meandering to a nil-all draw here, but still time left in the piece, as substitution now. Devontae Campbell off. Kivoni Bailey to come in, 65th minute. So lots of attacking options being inserted here, and here is now Bailey, the man, just coming in, and so Miguel Joseph, born in Haiti, also a member of the Mount Pleasant Academy, played with the Asian under-17 team, which qualified for the World Cup, and strutting his stuff here inside the park, middle of the park, and just one of the players, many players from the academy that has been introduced this season. Nolan now gone on a professional contract. We have seen Claver Nugent, we have seen jump. We have seen Franco Celestine. Now Joseph plays this one back. Confident on the ball, these players, as the return pass wasn't handled there by Ming. And throw into Tivoli. Deep inside the Mount Pleasant half. Here comes the ball, chipped across, and the chest there of Nelson. But referee had already made a call. And players demonstrating over something there. Not sure what it was. And must have been saying that they should have gotten a free kick there. But to be fair to Nation, he had made the call before the physical contact, as the ball now inside with the comes across to Joseph. Joseph will go lateral to Pennycook. Bailey inside to Joseph. Still Joseph now comes upfield, turns, comes across to Anglin. Anglin goes right hand side, inside to Alex Marshall. Marshall inside looking for Green. Nelson, the man who came there. Joseph again, as this one now played over and way over the top. And really the story of the game, as we're gonna see now, Jamai Topi, who will replace Pennycook. I haven't seen Topi in a while, so just been had a long layoff as well due to an injury, and being reintroduced to the setup here by the Mount Pleasant staff, as we see this ball now played, headed out. Green tries to get it to Marshall, but headed out again by Tivoli. Joseph with the header there. Ball comes inside, and referee spots the infringement. Free kick. Topi now to take this free kick. Steps back. Wanted to go long, but now comes through the middle, and it's a foul there. Nelson took it quickly. Didn't gain an advantage. Referee says play on. And Tivoli boot this one across right off the chest of the player there, but hounded all the time by the Mount Pleasant defender. Now ball is with Daniel Green. It's 2v3. Can't get past Keena Simpson there. And just all round a good defensive display. Both teams, as Topi now, Stevie Clark played it one time. Can Russell keep it in play? Yes, he does. Still Russell now on the ball, being attended to by Kyle Mink. Plays it inside, but just booted upfield there by Topi. Here comes Anglin now. Boots this one forward. Nelson can't get there before Cockings and corner the verdict, as the sun dries the surface here. Bailey, Nelson, Irving wants to shoot, but always going over there, and just an indication of what has been happening. No opportunities being given by either team close enough to the box, so the players have resorted for some long range efforts, which for the most part has been wayward. Mount Pleasant trying to force the issue here, but not getting much change out of this Tivoli aggregation, who seem to be determined to get something out of this match. It was a close one the last time they played. Sule McCullough from a melee toe poked it in the back of the net. Wasn't much There were some better chances for the team in blue at that encounter, created many more chances, but Tivoli have not conceded those high percentage chances today. Just some scraps as Bailey now plays it inside for angling, comes across to Irving. Irving comes wide to Green. Green inside, and Nelson. The run there by Marshall, and Nelson was waiting for the call from the referee, but nothing doing there as Anthony Nelson did. So there's Nicholas Nelson in number 19 for Mount Pleasant. Number 11 is Anthony Nelson. He also was out for a while, came back with a bang. 5 goals in 6 matches. Here is miscontrol there by the man Williams. Anglin gets the proceedings off quickly as Mount Pleasant now trying to come up the pitch. Joseph intercepts. Here is Garnett. Cut out there by Green, but only as far as to Cockins, who comes to Keno Simpson. Simpson gets between 2 Mount Pleasant players now. Ball inside still. And that's a foul. That's a foul. Nelson kicked in the ankle really by Irving, and no apologies there as we approach 75 minutes here. Referee just pacifying as Price will play this one long upfield, played out by Topi, comes to Green but can't control, straight out the chest, and Price. So another change being organized here for Tivoli Gardens as we see the man Price again with the ball this time. Still Price, and has a few goals. Centre back, but has scored 4 goals so far this season for Tivoli. As substitution now to be made, a double substitution, Tivoli again. So this would be substitution number 3 and 4. Number 8 coming on. So number 8 and 23 coming in. And Garnett the man off, and also Jones. So Jones out, Garnett out, coming in T. McCain and K. Smith. So Tivoli with 1 sub remaining, and Mount Pleasant would have made all their substitutions as we approach the 80th minute here. 0-0 the score, and Mount Pleasant playing in blue, kicking from left to right, and Tivoli Gardens now with Fuller. Fuller now wants to line up the shot, but couldn't even get excited before it was already over the wall. And happening on both sides of the pitch. Credit to the defensive units today, who have really done well, both teams, as Ming now wants to change that in the favor of Mount Pleasant, but Tivoli says no. Here is Ming again, tackled all the time, and referee says free kick. Will there be late drama here, or will this game peter out to a draw? Not sure which team deserves to win on the run of play, but football is a strange old game, and Mount Pleasant at home have not lost as yet and could yet squeeze something out of this encounter. As Irving stands close to this ball now and just giving a signal to this player here now. Chips this one over the top, but top of the target there. But no connection as we come close to the end of the action here. And no goals in the encounter. Referee gives the time. We'll wait for the official to signal how much time that is. But in a game that needed a goal or two, none of the teams obliged today. No goalkeeper really making any significant saves either. But Pennycook, the most telling intervention, headed a ball which was certainly going into the goal from Lennox Russell and would be the most significant goal mouth action in the encounter so far, as Tivoli now just play the ball over there as coaching staff is trying to coach there. He's trying to urge his team on, trying to get them going in an encounter where no team really giving much. And in the shot there we saw former coach of Tivoli Gardens. Actually, he was on the bench for Tivoli Gardens last season, and now with Mount Pleasant coach Orlando Clark, and was the assistant to Jerome Waite at Harnett Gardens when they had that record-breaking winning streak. He's one of the assistants here at Mount Pleasant when they also had, when they have enjoyed their winning streak. So knows a bit about winning streaks, Coach Clark, and high boot there from Joseph. So from our standpoint, it doesn't look as if there will be a goal in this one, but from the players and coaches standpoint, it could be a different story. Garnett's number did go up for a substitution, but we still see him there on the field. So it looks to be Williams who came out as ball now is with Fuller, who couldn't get past Nelson. Nelson now just settles himself, then gets it across to Anglin, who comes further forward to Green. Green now trying to get by the man Nelson now inside the box, but heavy first touch. And last touch there, Diego Harton. Heavy first touch there by Nelson. Couldn't effect. And now the referee signals, is it a goal kick? Yes, it is. I thought it would have been a goal kick based on the trajectory of the ball, but at first he seemed to have indicated that he was giving awarding a corner kick, but goal kick here for Diego Harton to take. Hart now boots this one upfield, headed out, Topi comes across as far as to Green, and referee says get up. Green plays this one inside, Joseph slides it wide, Marshall can't control, two Tivoli players on the deck. Referee once again to stop as it's all happening here. Calls for the assistant, and referee didn't think there was anything in it. Garnett really was evading the challenge, but not sure if Green got a piece of him there. And Lennox Russell also on the ground, and another Tivoli now just booting the ball anywhere. Anywhere will do, as Garnet doesn't seem to be able to continue, struggling after that challenge. Referee doesn't spot him as yet, but Tivoli have one more change and may have to use that. Diego Hatton now on the floor, and if you know anything about Diego Hatton, spends a whole lot of time on the floor. And you hear the commentator chuckle here because we know what's happening when that is happening, and the signal was given. So Nathan Thomas, the Manning Cup winner with Kingston College, will join the action here in place of Garnet, Tevin Garnet. That's the end of the day for him. Just the effects of that final challenge from Green, as Green now chips his one across the crowd, getting the vuvuzelas going, trying to urge on their team to get something here in the dying moments. Tivoli fighting for dear life. Ball comes across now with Irving. Still Irving can't get it past the head of Stevie Clark. Mount Pleasant again. Almost all players thrown into the attack here, so no question about what the intent is. Tivoli Gardens and the converse, with almost all players behind the ball, so maybe just playing for something out of the game. Didn't get much out of the substitutes, or haven't got much out of the substitutes thus far. It's been that sort of game, and now Mount Pleasant trying to force the issue, so to speak, but Tivoli Gardens is resolute. Nathan Thomas with the challenge here, and not pleased with the call. Anglin still favoring that right shin, and we'll get up now to see Irving lining up to take this free kick. And players 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Mount Pleasant players in and around the box. Anglin hobbling forward to make it 8. The free kick taker is 9. Only 2 Mount Pleasant players not there as the ball comes across, but the glancing header just missed there, and Tivoli clear their lines. So Mount Pleasant all out attack here, but Tivoli resolute thus far. Topi now to hurl this one inside, flings it inside, and it comes as far as to Anglin, and he's going to try the shot, but wide there. So nothing given, as Kivoni Bailey says, I will help you, I'll do the ball boy duties for you, as Hatton knows what he's doing. Maybe one of the most experienced goalkeepers here, and Nation pretty much not sure if the referee told him to bring back the ball, but here is the kick to be taken by Hatton. So lots of gamesmanship, lots of delay tactics, just to get the sting out of the contest here. Cockins with an intervention. Russell Fuller rather trying to get this one forward for Russell, and Topi watches it go out of play and expect a quick goal kick here, as look to see how much time will be added. Here comes Mount Pleasant again. Ball booted long upfield. Can't get Bailey nor Marshall in on the action. And free kick. Throwing rather, as King. Kyle Ming throws this inside. Comes far side referee awards the free kick here to Tivoli Gardens, and Just trying to tell them to get on with it. Tivoli Gardens. As 6 minutes seem to be the magic number here in terms of stoppages. As this ball now, McCain will boot this one long upfield. Here is the final whistle.